I have been researching the troll coin for the past 2 days, and in this video I'm gonna show you everything that I found about this coin, and does it even have the potential to compete with Fartcoin, and like what's the potential of this coin, how much money could you make with this coin. Everyone trades meme coins because they want to make money. Nobody really cares about the narrative, nobody really cares about the coin itself. Everybody just wants to make money, and that's what this video is for. Let's move to the introduction. I'm gonna show you the narrative, the tokenomic community, and at the end I'm gonna show you the technical analysis, where to buy, what's the realistic gains. I've researched this coin a lot. You're gonna save yourself a lot of time. Even if you're not interested in particular buying this coin, you will learn a lot of new stuff and overall get yourself in line with the whole meme coin space, so this will be good for you either way. First thing, the narrative. What is troll and does it have potential? The token was first created on August 2024. Then it reached only like few 100k market cap, nothing special, nothing big, and it migrated on 20th April, so it's about 18 days ago now. Why it migrated, why it got big, why it got to the 24 million market cap all of a sudden, is because the old meme narrative really came back. The stickman, troll, so memes like these came back, and now they're pretty much blowing off. But the whole meme, if you're thinking about like a meme, a decade ago, then the first thing you're gonna think about is troll. It's pretty obvious, right? It's the biggest meme. I think like even your mom or your dad knows about that, right? Everyone knows the song even. So this, like, the attention is already there. Everyone knows it. Now it's only the question if the community or the internet can get the attention back, right? Maybe even make the meme like, big again, because everybody already knows it. There's like no doubt that you don't need to get it big again, right? So that's another question. Can they get the meme big enough? Can, normal people actually buy it? In my opinion, I think this is like a pretty good buy if, like, I don't know, some random guy came to meme coins. One of the first things he'd see troll coin, he'd see it's blowing off, Think about it. Would he buy it? Would he not? That's yours to decide. I think it's a pretty good chance. But, that's the narrative basically. The potential, I'd say, is about 50 to 100 million, right? Obviously it could be more if you're talking about, reaching the Fartcoin level. But, if you bought it right now, that's about 2 to 5x. We're gonna talk about the dip buying opportunities, the profit taking later in this video, but that's my prediction for now. Now, next, let's move on to tokenomics. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way. The dev is holding 0%, holders 14,000, which is pretty good. Pro traders 18,000, just maybe you want to know this. By the way, the time of recording is 5:08, so like, they might be a little bit different now, but not really. Now the insiders, 37%. Now that's like the first, if you want to call it, red flag. It's pretty like concerning that there's so much insiders. So it's not ideal, but it's not that bad either. It could be more than 50, that already be, too bad. Then we got top 10 holders, 17. Again, it's not ideal. It would be good if it were under 10%, but again, over 20 is considered risky, so it's like on the midway there. It's not really that bad. It could be worse, but again, it's not like ideal. Bundles 12%, that's pretty healthy, and normal holders, right? We got 34%. Now bubble maps. That's what the bubble maps basically looks like. Nothing special. We got a little bit bundles here, but nothing crazy. Then you got top 25 holders, which is, as we can see, top 5 holders have 2% or more. Again, that's not ideal, but it's not more than 3%, right? It's not considered ideal for 2%, for a wallet to hold more than 2% of the coin, because if they dump, then 2% of the whole supply will dump, right? It's not good. This will cause panic and stuff like this. That is why you should hold a stop loss, just in case. Let's say you're already, I don't know, 50% in profit. You might want to put the stop loss on when you're only 25% in profit, right? So when it goes past that, let's say some wallets start to sell, the insiders start to sell for some odd reason, then you're not going into, I don't know, you don't want to risk it too much, right? Meme coins is all about risk management. You don't want to play around with too much, right? And I suggest you to monitor the chart daily, because just basic things if you're holding a coin. Now that's why I'd risk it medium in the tokenomics side, because it's not ideal. 37% insiders is pretty bad, but again, it's not that bad, right? As I already said, so I'd risk it about medium. Now, quick like break if you gotten some info out of this so far, and if it helped you already, then consider liking. Now let's move on to the community. Now the positives, right? What we got here? 3K members, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna show you why in a second. A lot of pool posting, right? So this is not like dead community. We also got a lot of fan pages that I didn't put in this slideshow. So we got troll parody accounts and stuff like this that which is also really good. We got a lot of talking about 50 million, which I think is pretty likely. As you can see, we got a lot of art here. 50 million, a lot of talking about that. And now what I want to show you is, bro, this keeps popping up. How can I oh my god, bro. Okay, whatever. Now the peak market cap. As we can see, AI Slop had 1.6k members, 3.5 million market cap, right? This is the whole time peak. As we can see, it's half as much as Trollface, and look at the difference, bro, right? Because AI Slop didn't have the attention that Trollface has. As I said already, everyone knows Troll, nobody really knows AI Slop. Yeah, it's we all know these AI, pictures, the bad pictures, but again, it's pretty random, to be honest, right? But we're not here to talk about this coin, we're here to talk about Trollface. Again, now 100 million men versus one gorilla. As we can see, again, half of the members, 6 million market cap. We got a lot of attention on this one. And Bitcoin. Now that's the main comparison that I would compare Troll to, because as we can see, the members are pretty much the same. The market cap is pretty much the same. But think about it now. What does Troll have that Bitcoin hasn't, right? Bitcoin is popular because it just posts a lot of people, picture about tits and just Bitcoin on the title, right? That's pretty much the whole narrative. Troll, everybody knows that you can make a lot of memes about Troll, you can make a lot of jokes about Troll, and everybody already knows that. I'm literally your mom and your dad knows that. Maybe even your grandma or your grandpa, right? Your grandparents could even know that meme, seen it somewhere. So if you look at this, the members are pretty much the same. The peak market cap is pretty much the same. These, right? If you compare them, AI Slop, they have the same amount of members, the same, size of the community. But look at the peak market cap, right? This has 6 million, this has 3.5 million. This isn't coincidence. This is because this had a lot of more attention, right? This had a lot more attention than AI Slop did. And again with this one, as you can see, Bitcoin is right now, it's older coin, so that's pretty obvious why it has bigger market cap. And I really think that Troll has the potential to get there. I really do. Now, the negatives, right? This isn't all sunshine and rainbows. If we compare it again to the Bitcoin, if you see this 7% of the reviews in this is the screener, right? 7% of the views are negative, 93 are positive, right? 39, that's almost 40% of the reviews are negative and 60% are positive, right? So it's a it's a very concerning amount of red flags. I don't know, the reason is unknown. I didn't figure out why it was that many. Maybe there was some beef in the past with this coin, I really don't know. Maybe some troll, really. If you know about like why it has so many red flags, please, comment down below if you, yeah, like, if you know the reason, right? I personally don't, so that's one thing you should be concerned about, because think about it, 4 out of 10 people think this coin is bad. Why is it, right? It's not like a thing you should ignore that lightly, right? Let's move on. The devs and admins, I thought I was, I'd share them real quick. This is the, wait, let me show you. This is the Trollface Twitter community, admins, as we can see here. So, you know, Solks Mill, 2k followers, Swish, 1k followers, Seal, 20k followers, Josh, 20k followers, and Navy, 10k followers. They total have 52k followers, which is like pretty good, considering they 4 out of 6 of them has a troll profile picture. I'd say it's like, they're pool posting it, stuff like 52k followers in total. So that's pretty good, I'd say. One thing more. If you know that any of these devs have a wrong history or a bad rep at all, then please make sure to leave a comment down below. I'd really be interested in it. If not, right? Because I'm not that experienced in the meme coin space, so I'm not like, I don't know the whole lore of this thing. But if you know that any of these devs are red flags or something, then definitely let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to technical analysis, right? One of the most important about right every coin, right? So potential gains. What are the realistic gains you could get? Because you can't hit every bottom and you can't hit every peak, right? So that's why you need risk management also. Where should your stop losses be? Where should your take profits be? Because if you don't have them, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're just gambling. Really, you just are gambling. And what are good entries, right? Dips, resistance levels, etc. Now let's move on to the chart, right? The most practical part, right? As you can see, it's 24 million right now. If you bought it right now, and 50 million would be like a perfect 2x for you, even little bit less. You wanna set your stop, take profit a little bit below 50, because you're gonna only get to sell at 50 if you have like the fastest fills and stuff like this, right? Because other people have like a high fees. If you're trading a low fees, if you have a low port, then I recommend you to put the stop loss a little bit before the actual, right, the target, right? You don't want to put it exactly 50. It could hit like, 40, 49, stuff like this. So if you bought it right now, you could get like a perfect 2x. I could even that is, yes, oh, I hit it perfectly, bro. That's crazy. Now what I want to talk about, what is the most like important part in meme coins. You're not trading meme coins to just buy the coin, then wait till it pumps and then sell, right? This is not like, you don't want to gamble. There are two types of meme coin traders, quote unquote. There are the ones that are gambling, right? I mean three types, wait. There are the ones that are gambling, that are just, putting their money in, not having a proper strategy, trading on emotions, not journaling their mistakes, stuff like that. Then there are streamers who farm their viewers, right? I think I don't have to name these. I even made a separate video about them. First buy in and then they sell the coin. That's how they make their money, right? And then there are actual meme coin, traders. I'd call them traders because if you know how the masses think, then you can capitalize it, right? You can make a lot of money just knowing what the masses are gonna do and stuff like this. If you don't wanna be a gambler, one of the first things, I'd even say the most important part, is risk management. Knowing how to manage your risk correctly is one of the most important, like, this is the most important part, because otherwise, like, if you don't manage your risk and you're watching this video and thinking you are like a meme coin trader, quote unquote, then you're not. You're gambling then, because let me just show you, right? I would personally, there are two ways that I would, buy this coin. Number one is I would buy one right now, right? Then I set my stop loss around here. So I'd say around minus 30, because as you can see, if you go to 1 hour chart, we can see that one of the most you know strong resistance line is this right here, right? This can dip here, this can dip here, this can dip in the middle. No one knows exactly where it is, that's why you can't time every dip. But this is about here. As you can see, it already touched it 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 times, right? Maybe even 5, but let's say 3 times. And it's forming an uptrend right now, right? What I was talking about is I would set my stop loss around here, because if it were to dump all of a sudden, I don't know, insiders selling something like this, then this would like be pretty important resistance line, about 50 million. That's about 30%, which is not that bad considering, right? What we're considering is we're like literally considering 50 million. I wouldn't say it's that unlikely that it would hit 50 million. It's actually pretty likely. Even 100 million. It's pretty reachable considering the token is only 18 days long, bro. 18 days long, and it already has 40 million. Like, I want you to like put your greediness to the side a bit and think about if a coin reached 40 million market cap in, what is it? 9 days. A little bit, 1.5 weeks. It reached 40k market cap. Do you really think it's just gonna moon to 50? It's gonna moon to 100, right? It's not gonna happen, really. Look at Housecoin. It was like a month at, what was it, 10 million, 20 million, and now it's at 100 million, right? This is not realistic that a coin just goes past 50, 100, right? This is old meme. This is exactly what you want to see right now. You want to see accumulation. Like right now, this is like the perfect accumulation zone. Even this zone, like bro, this zone is like looking really promising right now. Again, we don't know what it's gonna do. That's why you have stop losses, because at the end of the day, meme coin is just about risks, right? If you see a coin, if you research them, all of the coins like this, set your stop losses, set your take profits. As you can see, the take profit is 3 to 1, right? That's like, if you hit it, that's 3 to 1. That's, you're hitting a 3x versus minus 30%, right? That's like really good. And I'm saying that even here, you could sell like half of your bag. I would really recommend not selling all of this. It, like I said, it does even have the potential to reach 100 million, right? Right? Really, all that depends on the media, on the community. That's why you have to keep eye on it. Maybe even post yourself, right? Maybe help the community out. But that's pretty much it about the technical analysis. I have a few last words to say, so let's get over them. Right, now that we talked about the technical analysis, potential gains, stuff like this, the conclusion. What's the conclusion? Is it good buy, bad buy? Well, you decide really. Again, I have to remind, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Pretty ironic to say that, but I pretty much have to say that. Nothing is certain, just manage your risk and that's enough, right? Sometimes not taking a trade is the best trade, because if you're losing on a trade, then not taking that trade would have been a better option, right? Of course, you could learn from the bad trade and stuff like this, but make the decision by yourself. Like, look at this research, don't be biased or anything. Like I said, the negatives are like this pretty concerning, but again, we got a lot of positives, right? And now for the last thing, I want to say that I want to introduce myself. Who am I? By the YouTube name Rose. I'm future pro meme coin trader. I'm 100% confident that I will reach there. I have like no doubt about it. I'm sharing my journey publicly, because you see a lot of these meme coin traders. You see Leans, you see Copsy. Traders like these, like, you don't know where they came from, right? They could have been rich before. They could have, you don't know if they made their money with meme coins, right? Orange even. You don't know where they came from. You can see my journey live time. I'm gonna show it all here. I will have a lot of free time and you can see all my journey, learn with me. Because every mistake, you don't even have to trade. Every mistake I make, I'm gonna share publicly on my challenges, on my Telegram, on my Twitter also. I'm gonna talk about in a sec. And you can just learn from my mistakes and you don't have to make them again, right? Of course, reality is the best teacher. but some things it's just better to learn from others so you wouldn't lose so much money. And I'm not another meme coin gambler. Like I said already, I know a lot of meme coin traders that think they're meme coin traders. I was in that phase myself too, I'm not gonna lie. Where I think I was like, making progress, learning from my mistakes, but really I was just gambling. I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have basic risk management. That's what makes you a gambler. If you're not doing that anything like this, then subscribe to me and I will teach you exactly how to do it and exactly how you can make money with it, right? Because it's sooner or later, if you're not doing these things, you are gonna lose money. What is it in it for you, right? I'm sharing my mistakes with 100% honesty. I'm not like lying anything. I'm not like show only my best profits, or I'm not. I'm gonna share my losses and my profits and my thought process behind them. You can faster your learning curve by at least 100x, like I already talked about. If you're a beginner, if you're watching this for the first time and looking to get into meme coins, then the trading platform that you want to use is Axiom, right? I have the link in my description. If you use it, you can get 10% off fees, like you can see right here. You can get 10% off your fees, and you can start your trading journey really, really comfortably. My ex, where I show my calls, I have made like 5 calls in the past. I mean 3 calls in the past 2 weeks, and they all did like a 5x, right? 2 to 5x, which is pretty good, right? You might want to check that out. My Telegram, my community. There will be a lot of sauce there in the future, especially in the summer. And my Instagram, where I post my reels, shorts, stuff like this. They're all in the description. For the last thing, comment your thoughts. Uh, as you can see, I made a lot of effort putting all this together for the past 3 days, for the past 2 days. This is total in about 10 hours. I don't know how much exactly, but a lot of time went into this. So as you can see, I'm starting to make a lot of more these videos. Subscribe, comment your thoughts, like the video, and that's pretty much it. See ya.